Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. If you are somebody who is new to this channel and you love pro wrestling, you love WWE especially, then this is a perfect partnership right here. Subscribe to this channel for more WWE content if you do enjoy this type of thing. Because we're going to talk about Raw, SmackDown, PLEs, we do predictions, we do reviews, we do email videos where you send in your emails and I read them here on video and we talk about them afterwards. But today, we are talking about Monday Night Raw, so let us get into it. All right, my friends, I got a little bit of a new background, as you can see here. Did some things with the space. I don't know if the framing's all good. I'm kind of just working through it. I'm kind of seeing if I need to fix or adjust some things afterwards, but if everything goes okay and I look at this afterwards and looks okay, we might just roll with this. By the way, I did my first ever live stream on Twitch last night on Monday Night Raw, during Monday Night Raw. It was really cool. Really cool. I really hope to see more of you there. I had 2 or 3 people tops. Like I maxed out at like 3 people watching, which I'm not complaining. It was fun. Like at least I got to talk to some people. Like they were messaging in the chat. We were talking back and forth. So if you want to be a part of that, I would love for you to be a part of that. Please join. It's Wicked Bitter on Twitch. I'll be going live again on Friday for SmackDown. So, yeah, that'll be a great time. It was a great time last night, and I think it's going to be a great time going forward. All right, let's get into Monday Night Raw. Like I said, I'm going to cover just like things that I think are most important to talk about. I don't want to go through literally everything, but if there's some things that I want to point out, I'm going to bring them up. But, yeah, let's So Monday Night Raw starts with like the usual people walking into the arena, but the only difference this time is that when Rhea Ripley was walking in, she was actually attacked by Nia Jax. She slammed her up against the fence a few times. So, I mean, I know we got to build to this Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax thing, but my whole thing is Nia Jax just lost her championship to Tiffany Stratton. I feel like she should be more concerned with Tiffany Stratton. I don't know why all of a sudden it's like Nia Jax just keeps popping up on Raw. Why don't she just stay on SmackDown unless they're definitely going to move Nia Jax over to Raw? And if that's the case, fine, but let's address that. Let's not just have her bounce back and forth between both shows and then act like she didn't just get cashed in on by Tiffany Stratton. I think that's a little strange. And I got some notes, right? The opening segment, Jey Uso comes out, the crowd is hype. And I mentioned this on the stream. They're going to milk the hell out of these entrances with Jey Uso, especially being on Netflix. I mean, he is going to take all the time he wants. I remember once he got into the actual ring after he was done yeeting all over the place, he grabbed the mic and then he was like, you know what? I'm going to go back up again. I'm going to yeet some more. And I'm like, dude, if they had time constraints, he would not be doing this. But he clearly can just take however long he wants because they're on Netflix. They have no time to cut off. So, yeah, Jey Uso soaked it all in. He barely was able to cut out a promo. He said that, at Saturday night's main event, he's going to finally do it. He's going to win the big championship. He's going to win the big title. And then Gunther cuts him off, like, immediately. Gunther was pretty savage in this promo. He calls Jey Uso a funny little man. He says that, Jey Uso never delivers on anything he says. He says that fans are naive in thinking that Jey is going to win the title on Saturday. He said, let's be realistic. That's not going to happen. You're not beating me for this championship because these fans always believe everything you say, but then you never follow through and actually win anything. Jey Uso's response to that, all of this is a nutshell, by the way. His response to that is that after Saturday, Gunther better start putting some respect on Jey Uso's name because Jey Uso has main evented WrestleMania and Gunther has never done that. So Gunther took offense to that. He ended up swinging at Jey. Jey fights him off. Jey stands tall in the ring. He's holding that championship, and Gunther finally gets his title afterwards. But I thought this was good. I thought this is what they needed to do to give Jey a little bit of credibility going into Saturday night's main event. He can't just be running around just yeeting all over the place and everybody's all happy and it's like nobody's taking him serious. This right here, I think, was a good attempt at people taking him serious. I still don't think he's winning that title on Saturday, but that's a predictions video we're going to do later on in the week, so I'm not going to give away everything right now. Couple of small things to note here. Bayley has mentioned that she is officially signed to the Raw brand, so now she will be on Monday Night Raw going forward, and that she enters the Royal Rumble, so that's one thing. Another thing is Rey Mysterio versus Kofi Kingston. I wasn't going to really cover this match, but I found something really funny when Kofi was on the outside. He was going to powerbomb Rey Mysterio. They somehow screwed this up and messed it up where Rey basically like powerbombed himself, and I just thought that was a pretty funny visual to see. I was laughing, and if you were on the stream, you could have been laughing with me, man. Sorry, I'm going to be pushing it. Like, I really want people to join the Twitch. I think it's a great time. But yeah, Rey Mysterio ends up getting the win here on Kofi Kingston. And after the match, Xavier Woods and Kofi start beating up on Rey. But LWO comes out and makes the save. And that's pretty much how that segment goes. Something backstage happened that I wasn't going to cover. And I feel like this happens every single week. Dominic Mysterio and Chad Gable have an interaction. Gable comes up to Dom and says, "Hey, I thought, I help me out. I thought you said you were going to help me out here with my luchador problem. What can I do?" And Dom hands him a piece of paper, and Gable reads it. He says, "This is the guy. This is who you're talking about." And Dom said, "Yeah, that's the one." And Gable said, "All right, see you guys." And as he's walking away, he said he's about to master the dark arts of lucha libre style or whatever he said. And I found that kind of interesting. Because I wasn't going to cover it until he said that, because dark arts, I think that's either like a wrestling school or like a gym or something that Zelina Vega and Aleister Black or Malachi Black own. Like, that's theirs. So, of course, we all heard about Malachi Black pretty much being done with AEW. I wonder if this is a way they're going to introduce us or reintroduce us to Aleister Black. Maybe he's coming back to WWE and this is how they're going to do it. Interesting. I don't know where they're going to go with this, but if they do bring back Aleister Black, I'm going to be very happy because I very much enjoyed him when he was in WWE. I liked him in AEW, and it'd be nice to have Black back, and it would be even better if he had a little faction with him. I'm not saying take over the Judgment Day, but what if he took over the Judgment Day? This next segment here, Sami Zayn cutting a promo. You know, Sami's always great at these promos. He was talking about how he's in the Royal Rumble, and he's thinking about what Seth Rollins said to him last week about finally looking out for himself and stop trying to help everybody else, all that kind of stuff. And Sami took that personal, took it to heart, and he said that Seth is right. And he's now thinking forward. He's thinking that, he said that he's had a great career. And he belongs on the top tier with all these other guys mentioned, like Drew McIntyre, Punk, Cody, Seth. And he said the only differences between him and all those guys is that those guys have won the World Heavyweight Championship and he hasn't. And then he proceeded to say that, he's had a great career. He's had a great life. He doesn't need a World Heavyweight Championship to make him satisfied or happy with the way things went. He said he doesn't need it. He says, but he wants it. He wants that WWE Championship. He wants that world title. That 14-year-old in him still wants that. That was the dream when he was a kid. So he's going to be in that Royal Rumble and he's going to win it. And that's when Kevin Owens' music hits. And I was surprised. I don't know why I was as surprised as I was, but I was happy to hear Kevin Owens' music because I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to get a segment here between Sami and Kevin. What's going down? Kevin gets in the ring. Sami looks at him and says, hey, it's only a matter of time before I knew this was going to happen. I knew you would be coming out here for me at some point. And Owens is like, what are you talking about? And Sami's like, look, I see that you've been attacking. Everybody's been, helping Roman Reigns. And obviously I was on that team at War Games. Like, I was helping Roman. I helped him on the Raw premiere. So I knew you'd be coming for me. Kevin Owens does something very interesting here, and I loved this. He pretty much played the mind games with Sami Zayn here. He talked about how Cody Rhodes' situation was different. That's why, Cody and Sami are not the same person. Sami's a good guy. He always tries to help his friends. And he says, and you and I, we're like best friends. We're like brothers. So I know you're going to win that Royal Rumble. You deserve to win that Royal Rumble. I know you're going to win that Royal Rumble. He kept emphasizing that. And then he said, just like I know that I'm going to win my championship. He said, we've main evented before for tag team titles at WrestleMania. We've been in big high-profile matches together, but we've never faced each other for the WWE Championship. And as he holds it up, he said, and now we finally get the chance to do that. You're going to win that Royal Rumble. I know it because I have your back. And we're going to be able to face each other at WrestleMania for this WWE Championship just as long as I walk out of Royal Rumble with this title. And it's like he's saying those things like to play in Sami's head, saying, look, we can do what we've always dreamed to do, and we can do it together. I have your back, so I know you're going to win the Rumble, and I know you have my back. So I know I'm going to win this WWE Championship. So he's kind of telling Sami, you're going to help me out. You're a good guy. You're my best friend. I know you're going to help me beat Cody Rhodes and become WWE Champion so that we can go to WrestleMania. So very interesting here. I love the way this is shaping out. This promo could have gone differently, but I'm glad it didn't. I like the way it went because now it's like Sami Zayn's kind of playing this whole, like, not like a guilt thing, but he's kind of playing this game where it's like reverse psychology almost. Like, you're we're best friends. Of course you would help me, right? Like, you would do that because we're best friends. So it's like Sami's thinking like, yeah, I mean, we are best friends, so I would help you. I like the way this is going. I think it's really cool. I'm not going to do my predictions yet, but the likelihood of Kevin Owens walking out as WWE Champion at Royal Rumble are kind of slim for me. And I love Owens, and I wish it wasn't slim, but imagine if Sami Zayn turned. Imagine. We're all talking about Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens becoming this faction, but what if we did Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre as the faction? What if we did Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins as a faction? I'm up for either one of those. Also, I know I said I'm going to cover the big things. This is not really a big thing because it was kind of just a regular match, but Penta versus Pete Dunne, love that match. I would argue to say that match was actually better than Penta's first match in WWE, only because Penta looked more comfortable. It looked that first week, looked like he had like nerves, and there was a couple of little mess-ups here and there. This match, very good. Very, very, very good. Penta looked great. He beat Pete Dunne. Penta's entrance, that's like they're modifying it every week now. You know what I mean? Like, they've already modified it, and it's only a second week of him being here. They added that new spiral pyro. I thought that was awesome. I can see that they have big plans for him because the level of detail and the amount they're trying to hook this guy up with stuff, I could tell they really love him. How about CM Punk's promo in that crowd with Jackie Redmond? My goodness, that was a great promo. He ran down everybody. He talked about Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn not being on his level. He talked about Seth Rollins. He talked about Hulk Hogan throwing his dusty ass over the ropes and killing Hulkamania once and for all. CM Punk is good to go, man. This guy is locked in. He is in best in the world mode right now. This dude is almost as untouchable as it gets. I love this. Normally, I would say I'm riding with CM Punk to win this Royal Rumble, but I still believe John Cena is going to win this Royal Rumble. But if he's not, I would love to see CM Punk do it. Not a big deal here, but Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, and I even said this during my stream, that I wasn't really interested in this match. But after watching the match, this was actually a really good match. Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Io Sky and Dakota Kai. By the way, I feel bad for Dakota Kai. She was just in an Intercontinental Championship match, and now she's back to doing tag teams here. Justice for Dakota. I don't want to go as far as saying that, but I hope that she gets a good run, a proper run with the Intercontinental Championship at some point. I think she definitely deserves it. Dakota's amazing. But this was a great tag team match. I was not expecting it to be this good. Io Sky ends up hitting a moonsault to get the win here, but good tag team match. This is the first time I've ever had something nice to say about PFC. We get our main event, Rollins and Drew McIntyre. I loved this match. This was a really great match. I was invested. Great match. Seth Rollins ends up winning with a surprise pin on Drew McIntyre. I don't love that finish, but I can understand it. You're trying to protect Drew McIntyre here. You're trying to give Seth Rollins a good win. Yeah, it's just what it was. And then Drew McIntyre attacks Seth after the match. Hits a couple clotheslines. He goes for he was trying to. He continued the assault, but Sami Zayn came out to try to help, and Drew McIntyre fought Sami Zayn off, and then Drew gets back in the ring with Seth, puts him in the corner like he's about to attack him. He's talking trash to Seth, saying, we should be on the same team, we should be on the same page, and out of the screen comes Sami Zayn to deliver a haluva kick, and Drew McIntyre moves out of the way, and Sami Zayn connects on Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre leaves the ring. He's smiling, laughing at what Sami Zayn did. Sami looks like he's beside himself. He can't believe he just did that to Seth. As the Raw goes off air, you see Seth looking at Sami like he can't believe you just did that to me. And Sami's trying to tell him, hey, look, I didn't do that on purpose. So that's the way Raw ends. And man, good show. It ended before 11 again, which I'm always okay with. It's not bad. I don't mind the whole time flexibility. I really don't. As the main event was coming on, I was like, okay, so it's 10 o'clock. It's probably going to be done around 10:30. And kind of was. It was around 10:30, 10:40 where the show ended. And yeah, I think that's cool. The flexibility is nice with the Netflix streaming schedule. So good Raw. Really did enjoy it. Something I haven't heard from you guys in a long time are emails. send in those emails, man. I know sometimes some of you leave these really long comments on the YouTube channel. I'm not going to complain about you leaving comments. I love comments, but some of these things could also be transitioned into an email. I would love to answer your emails in a video, and we could talk about it there. That way, I can elaborate on it more than I can just on a comment. So send in those emails if you want me to do another email video. wickedbittermedia@gmail.com, and let's get that going again. It's been a minute since I've done email videos. Look, I'm going to go live on Friday again on stream. I would love for you to be there. It's Wicked Bitter on stream or on Twitch. So come join me. I'll be there live. You know, my first one went okay. I'm working on some things. I think I gotta fix my audio a little bit. You can hear me, but it's not as crisp as I want it to be, I think. I would love to see you there. We can chat. I'll have the chat up, all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate all of you. We'll be back. I'm actually going to be doing a predictions video for Saturday night's main event. And an email video if you guys send them in. We're going to be covering SmackDown. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Watch out for the next videos coming out later on this week. And until then, my friends, as always, stay bitter.